Your Excellency, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for finding time to perform this function, which is short but very, very important. Otherwise, it would not enable the Honorable Minister to perform our duties. I now invite you for your message to Honorable Speaker, to the Honorable Minister.
Her Excellency the Vice President, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, and the people who are on this short ceremony, I want to congratulate my young sister, Rebecca, on being appointed and swearing in as the Deputy Prime Minister. The other day, I gave the 5 points, which will be the target of this term, the government. I don't want to repeat them, but I gave them. However, I want to thank Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, particularly, first of all, for being one of the people who rallied to the NRM quite early when the NRM had come into government. I know that she started in the LOC system, in the village committees, until she came to the NRC. And she has been in the parliament almost continuously since that time. Then later on, she became Deputy Speaker of Parliament for a number of years until we elected her as Speaker for the last 10 years. On the party side, she's the first Deputy Chairperson after myself and Hai Chigong for the National. And she's a member of SEC. So she's somebody who has been contributing for a long time. This time I also want to thank her for modesty and humility. Because when I discussed with her, you know, Africans don't know how to, they mess things so much because they, and I'm glad our mother, she's a Moroccan, like my mother, although we're almost the same age. She's just 84, just a few years ahead of me. So I'm not as young as I look. But the religious people know there is a statement which is normally read in the Church of Uganda prayer book. Balekanga bye basande kukola, ne bakola bye batasande kukola, n'amazima tugali mu bo. They left undone what they ought to have done. They did that they ought not have done, and there is no truth in them. So this is the one which causes problems for Africans. They leave crucial things and they go for the peripheral. So I want to congratulate, in addition to all I have said about the history, I want to congratulate my young sister. This time when I made these proposals, because she was already Speaker of Parliament, which is a high post according to this constitution we are operating, number 3 after President, Vice President, Speaker, Chief Justice. But although I didn't give her all the reasons, I told her that I had very strong reasons why I wanted us to reorganize. And I proposed this. And although I had not given her all the reasons, she agreed. And I want to congratulate her. Blessed are the humble, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. This is Matthew chapter 5. You people don't read the Bible, you just you just But you see, the people who are smart, that's what they do. They're flexible. The positions are not the important thing. The important thing is the mission. I remember, for instance, when I attended the first heads of government meeting of the Commonwealth. It must have been 1987 or something like that, in Canada. One of the long time serving prime ministers of the Commonwealth was still in leadership. This was Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, the man who had transformed Singapore from a backward country to a modern small state. He was still prime minister, and I sat with him as head of government, myself and himself as head of government. Then when next thing I heard is that because he was grooming the younger people to come and take over, he had one of his young people had become prime minister, and he was now senior minister. That's what he was now. He had left the prime ministership, he was now senior minister. He wanted to sit in the cabinet, see how these young people were doing things when he was still, and he remained like that until he died, and Singapore went on. So I'm very glad that this is the spirit really I want our people to have, to know that it's not the positions, it is the mission. And as long as the mission is being pushed, we are very happy. Lee Kuan Yew died a very happy man, and wherever he is now, is a happy man, because whatever he was doing was continued by the young people. So I want to congratulate and thank Rebecca Kadaga on this, apart from all the other contributions, but on this particular one, I want to congratulate her.
To take and subscribe to those oaths, and thereafter it may please you to give your message to her. I would like now to call upon the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga to come forward and take her oath.
Bebe. Camila. I, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I shall faithfully exercise the functions of the Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda and shall uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and observe the laws of Uganda, and that I shall promote the welfare of the people of Uganda. So help me God. I, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, being appointed Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Deputy Prime Minister, and I will support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. And I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times when required, freely give my counsel and advice to the President of Uganda and his successors in office as by law established for the good management of the public affairs of the Republic of Uganda, and that I will not directly or indirectly reveal any matter as shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties and committed to my secrecy. So help me God.